Soil computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Devs must have been on drugs for this event. I don't know about that. I think there was just one freaky guy. I think it might have just been one real freaky dude being like, yeah, I'm getting my time in the sun. I'm cooking with this one. One dude who's just like, yeah, I'm doing the feed event. Hello? My FGO, you gonna load? Hey, there we go. I was like, Scallop moment? Where the heck? There you go. It's all loaded. Yeah. All right. 17 more days. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep climbing. Let's just keep it going. No ads for me here. What did he mean by this? You know, I do like getting to use characters I don't get to use very often, but then the more and more that I start going through these events, I'm like, man, these events are long. These are long. I'm contemplating if I just want to limit break the event CE. I know it's less bond, but the 50% battery will make this go a lot easier. So you know what? I am going to go do that. Is it worse for the bond in the long run? Yes. But is it good in the short term that I have the extra 20% so I can farm this a bit quicker? I think yes. I think so. So we're just going to do that. We're just going to do all that. We're gonna hit that real quick. Hello? I have people to ascend? I picked up materials? Hello? Excuse me? Why are you not saving up? Sorry. Jolter's my second love. Actually, she's my first love. So when Jolter came back around, I was like, I gotta try for NP3. It didn't work out very well, though, which is a bit unfortunate. I was like, well, then it could be a justification. It's like, dude, we got NP3 Jolter. It's like, we actually didn't get squat. We got NP2 Maeve, actually. If you could believe such a thing. Which, you know, I like Maeve, but I would have much preferred NP3 Jolter. I would have much preferred that, but I'm like, oh, you know what? You can't win them all. You know, I think the NP3 Draco does make up for that. Not Morgan? No, I've been playing this game since year one. The whole reason I play FGO was because they announced Jolter. I remember I finished Fate Apocrypha and I was really sad that, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this, like, 15-year-old anime. But, yeah, Jean doesn't make it at the very end and I was really sad. I was like, oh man, she didn't live. That sucks. That sucks. I wanted Jean to live. I wanted her to get out there. And then my buddy was like, don't be sad, dude. Because we're getting a Jean alter. And I was like, word? No document? Like, on God? We're going to be getting a Jean alter? So I started playing immediately. Gonna ask if Jolter's more worth it. Oh, Jolter is still out. If we get up to 30 Saint Quartz, I will just tell you right now for free, we're doing another multi. I'm telling you that right now. Which I do think means we need to find a node. Because we can get 3 Saint Quartz if we can get 1 feather. Which I'm sure, you guys think we're going to find 1 feather in this event? 1? Like an entire 1 feather? Zerk, what do you mean no? I like Jolter as much as I like Morgan. They're equal in my eyes. Jolter's already an NP5 target anyway. So, if I have the opportunity to bag a Jolter, you best believe I'm going to be taking her up on that. What do we... You know what we could do? We could bring out... we could bring out the Shakespeare. Yeah, break out the Shakespeare, boys. Extra bond. 200% bond now. Okay, I don't think we need... You know what? No. We should save. We should save our guy. We should save Mozart. Mozart's actually pretty good. 50 stars whenever you want. Not bad. I was like, why can't I bring in Summer May? I don't know. Who do I want to bring in? You're probably not going to get very much usage. Get in there, buddy. Yeah, like, I think it's like, people will, because I only started making videos around year 3. But you gotta remember, year 3, there was no Morgan. It was the Jolter ride or die. You know, and then Morgan came out, and she's been, like, the only person that can really compete with Jolter. But you gotta remember, I never forget my first love, alright? I'm not forgetting my first love. I love Jolter, dude. I love Jolter to bits. Jolter also, and this might be a hot take for somebody, or for some people, but I also like Jolter's character arc a lot more than Morgan's. I really like the journey from what you get from Orleans to the end of Christmas 1 to the Da Vinci Lotto event, which is centered around Jolter, to then, you know, getting some of her interludes and stuff, and then, like, it culminates in Summer 3. Like, I really like Jolter's storyline. Morgan's storyline kind of makes me sad. Like, Morgan makes me sad. Like, I really like Morgan. I like Lost Belt 6, but it makes me sad, dude. I speedran Lost Belt 6 to do the event. Can you tell me how long this will take? How many servants do you have? It's predicated on how many dudes you have. Yeah, Morgan hasn't had enough. And then here's the thing as well. It's kind of hard to put Morgan in events because not only is she really smart, but she's pretty strong. So, like, imagine you're an FGO writer and you're like, all right, I wanna make this event. It's kind of hard. It's like putting Arjuna Alter in events. You know what I mean? or it's like putting Chi Shi Huang in events. There are just some characters that as a writer, if you're trying to just do it like an event, it's really hard to put them in. Because, say for instance, you put Chi Shi Huang in an event, you have to sideline him for most of the event. Bro is too smart. Like, you have a guy in Lost Belt 3 that figured out how to just solve all the problems. Like, you think of all the issues that are in, you know, not just Fate, but, you know, Tsukihime and stuff, you know, things that you get in, like, like, all these different things that exist on the planet. And they just said, yeah, Chi Shi Huang just solved all of that. He built, you know, he just solved all the problems. It doesn't mean he beat them all up, because I don't think Chi Shi Huang is going to beat up ORT. But if he figures out a way to make sure ORT doesn't wake up, that's a solution. Like, that counts as solving the problem. So, you can't really bring that, like, that guy just, he can't be allowed to just hang out in events. You can't just let him vibe around, you know what I mean? Like, he's not, you can't just have this guy exist in your events. You know, which is kind of like the sad, like, and that's the good thing for Jolter, is that, like, Jolter's not super OP. You know, she's got a little bit of fail girl energy, so you can put her in events, and it doesn't break whatever story you're trying to do, you know? Which is kind of the sad thing. That's kind of the sad thing, is that, yeah, like, Morgan's a little too OP to just be allowed to show up in events. So, Jolter also benefits from that. Now, thankfully, this upcoming summer event I'm really looking forward to, because it's Beach Queen Morgan, which is just Morgan. It's like Lost Belt 6 extra. It's part 4 for Lost Belt 6, if you want to technically look at it that way. So I am looking forward to that. I do know a couple of things about the event. Like, I know Morgan and Habitrot get up to a bunch of funny antics. So I'm very happy for that. I'm happy Morgan gets to hang out with her friend, you know? Made Morgan more complicated by giving her another personality in the form of Ace. Bro, we already have Vivian and the Lady of the Lake and Morgan herself. Yeah, like, Morgan is, like, interesting because they took Morgan Le Fay, they took Vivian, and they took the Lady of the Lake, and they rolled them all together, and it's effectively all just Morgan. She's like, it's 3 different aspects, right? Which is interesting. Like, that's the stuff that I like that Fate does. I like kind of getting these interesting takes on things and being like, oh, during Arthurian legend, that was all just Morgan. She was just doing different things at the time. Like, I think that's really cool. But it kind of gives her too much to do that it makes her hard to write for, I imagine. Which is unfortunate if you're me exactly, because then you're like, well, I guess I'm not gonna see Morgan very often. We do the Mystic Code one. I'm trying to level up this Dapper suit. Do I get Summer Castoria, Ace, or Jolter? Well, okay, as much of a big fan of Jolter that I am, if you're asking me from a gameplay perspective, Jolter's not close to the other two, unfortunately. Ace and Castoria are a little broken, just putting it lightly there. They're a little teensy-weensy bit good. And so, realistically, if you're talking about, oh, who do I get? Who's going to make my account, like, better? It's going to be one of those two. And then at that point, because depending on who you ask, people either think Ace or Castoria is the best character that we get this year. I lean for Ace, just because I think she does more for your account. But we're really getting into some of the considerations for better characters in the game. So at that point, I think you should just look at your account and see, do I need more single target support? Like, do I just need somebody that can dumpster big guys for me? Because then you're going to really benefit from Castoria in that avenue. Or do you need a AoE character that's also a pseudo support? Because that's something that really doesn't get talked about with Ace. That Ace is a pseudo support character. She's like a half DPS, half support character. Like, she's a good buster character on her own. But, like, I made a video a good couple of months ago talking, it's something like my favorite team comp to use at the moment, I think is the video title, something along those lines. And in that video, you know, it was that, yeah, I can use Ace as the main DPS in this setup, or I could just use this to support Kukulkan, because who doesn't love getting a free 50% battery, extra attack, and also a big NP damage buff? God forbid you also have Oberon, which I didn't at the time, but I would just bring a friend Oberon. And that was good enough. So, I mean, that's why for me, like, I'm going pretty all in on Ace. I'll be really happy if I can walk away with an NP2, considering that I just got murdered by this Jalter banner. So if I can walk away with a solid NP2, I'll be happy. I'll just be happy to have her in general, but NP2 is ideal. Anything beyond that will be awesome. So we'll kind of see where we're at after that point. But she's definitely quite the strong character. I have Artoria Ruler, so should I go for Castoria? No, I mean, no, like, having Ruler Artoria, as much as I love her, that is not a substitute for Ace the Savior. That's, yeah, it's that ain't a substitute. I'm sorry. As much as I love Ruler Artoria, it's like, nah, dude, that ain't a substitute. Unfortunately. I have NP3 on 2 accounts. I don't have Morgan on JP, but I'll Grandar on my NA account. My plan is to do Morgan on NA and then do Ibuki on JP, which, like, every time I have to explain that, people are like, what? You're not gonna do Morgan? I'm like, yeah, I would like to have 2 different Grands on my 2 different accounts. I'm not gonna do Morgan on both of them. I feel like that's kind of lame. I'm like, plus, Ibuki has been a very hard carry on JP. I mean, she's almost Bond 15 for me over there. So the only reason she's not Bond 15 is I am actively trying to not use her. But then we got the Bond 15 update where it's good to have characters at Bond 15, so now I'm trying to Bond 15 her. But I had to stop actively using her because she's so good. So, for me, it's going to be Morgan on NA, and then it's going to be Ibuki on JP. There's other people, like, I would really like to do Lohai. I think Lohai is pretty hot. I think she's pretty good, but that's like, nah, Ibuki's done too much. She's done too much. I gotta give her comeuppance, you know? Lancelot would be, like, a consideration as well. Lancelot is actually the first character I grailed on my NA account. Because I just used him everywhere, because he was, like, so dang good. I have Jalter Summer. Okay, so, like, the issue is that Summer Jalter is good, but she's nowhere near as good as having, like, Berserker Castoria. But if you feel like she's locking it down good enough for you, then I guess you can go for Ace. But I wouldn't consider Jalter a good substitute for Summer Castoria. That's just more so to go on how good Summer Castoria herself is. I mean, a 70% split battery with triple power mods is kind of good. It's a little good. She's just a little bit good. She's a smidgen good. Just little bit good. Little good. I need to double check. So I can get my Lancelot to 100%. The Corday gives 30% to whoever she targets, right? It's not the inverse. No. Okay, yeah, it is 30%. It's 30 and 30. Corday, get in there, buddy. And then we bring Asclepius, and that's probably good enough. Is ETL the new FGO VTuber? I just like this Morgan image. Somebody drew this for me, and I'm like, I'm going to start using this for streams. And then I use it occasionally in videos as well. Like, if I know the video's not going to have a whole lot of editing, I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just throw the PNG on there. That way there's a little bit of life going on the screen. That way there's a little bit more going on. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna make myself a little larger. Bada boom. Bada bing. I guess we can go ahead and get some... We can get some refund. Dude, alright, these guys are a little chunky. Hold on a minute. Ooh, this might be a little Might be a little oof for Lancelot, actually. This might be a little rough. We will take the evasion, because I don't want my Lancelot to get butt blasted. And again, my Lancelot's NP5. Maybe he can get the job done. Maybe we sparse out our attacks, huh? We do a little bit of that action. We like do a little bit of this. Fat crit, love to see it. Who is useless against extra classes and doesn't hit as hard against non-servant enemies. She still does decent damage, though. Her damage isn't bad against non-servant enemies, but I see what you mean. God, that wasn't even close. Lancelot, you suck. Should I rush through the main story so I can participate in the event? I'm on America right now. I mean, you could, but it's not like this event is so good that you're like, oh my god, you gotta get in this event, dude. This event's crazy. It's like, this event's aight. This event's got stuff going on. Koo, you're being really annoying right now. Koo, you're being mad annoying, my guy. I have a question, and is it an odd one? As a husbando enthusiast and a new player, what do I build first, and what do I pull for the future? So if you're just going for male characters, I mean, Tolmaius is coming out. Tolmaius is pretty good. Oberon comes out with summer. Oberon is always good to pick up. That would probably be your priority. If you're going mainly for like a male-centric account, you probably want to focus on getting Oberon for summer. That makes your life a lot easier because you don't care about all the wifey characters coming out. So you can just go pull for Oberon. Alright, boys. Kill this man. You gotta start this event early because... No. What he's saying is that so he can get into the event. This event is not something where you need to rush through the story to play. It's literally just something to tide you over before anniversary. Like, I mean, it's giving you reward, but this isn't like a lotto where it's like, you gotta get into the lotto now. If you're not getting into... You're not doing that. Bro, we should kill Koo. I hate this guy. Stop popping the dodge, man. Shingen coming in with that drip. Yeah, but Shingen's not very good. If only we got one Saint Quartz for every floor. Dog, if only... Yeah, we got actual rewards for this thing. Oberon is a fairy dude. He looks suspicious. Oberon? Ah, dude. Suspicious. Suspicious? What are you talking about? What do you get, man? Suspicious? I think you're just being a little schizo. I think you're being a little schizo right now. Oberon, suspicious. Nah, you're crazy. You're a crazy person. He doesn't have to be good. I mean, I pulled for him. I have him on JP because I mean, look, I said he's cool. And then that was also really funny because everyone was like, "Wow, ZTL, you hated on Takeda Shingen, and now you're not gonna get him." And then I got him in like the first pull or something, and I'm like, "Yep." See, that's how it works. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's just how it goes, boys. That's just how it is. That felt really good. People were like, you're not going to get him. And I was like, nope, got him. Easy. Secured that bag. No problem. Where's Reigns? There you are. Is it worth giving Grails to Kojiro? The whole discussion on like who you want to get, just give Grails to people you like using. If you like using Kojiro, then it's worth doing. Because realistically, grailing somebody to like 100, it's probably not going to make that big of a difference. Like, you do get some stats, but it's not like, well, now that I've grailed my character, my NP1 guy will be able to do all the 90++ farming in the world. It's like, probably not. Probably still not going to be enough. Like, the extra 500 attacks probably not going to be what pushes you over the edge. So, if you like using Kojiro, then go ahead and grail him, you know? It's your account. Like, I've grailed characters that I just like and I rarely get to use. If you like using them, then it's worth it. What's an Ultrium? Don't worry about it. I spent all my Saint Quartz on Medusa. Fair play, Medusa's hot. Like, my luck is great, but I mean, that's how I got all my trash characters. I mean, there are definitely a lot of characters that I summon for that are not super great. Like, Archer Artoria or MHX are not I mean, they're not bad characters. It's really hard to be bad in FGO, right? Even like Takeda Shingen, right? It's like he's more considered bad just because his damage isn't great. And, you know, if you're going to use him, you would like the character to be able to clear the nodes. But it's kind of hard to just be objectively terrible. It's really hard to just be dookie dog water bad in this game. But, like, I summon for them because I'm like, well, I just like these characters. Like, I just like them. I think they're neat. I think they're cool. I like them. So I summoned. And if I ever get MHX or Squirtorium, they're getting grailed. That's just the way it is. Then all the free quests for the main story on NA, I can't be bothered to do it for JP. If you don't want to play the story on JP, you can literally buy an account for like $2 that has the whole story farmed. That's what I did for my JP account, because I was like, I've already beaten the story, I'm not doing it again. I was like, I'm sorry, I literally can't be fucked, can't be asked. Could not be bothered to do it again. CBA, dude, CBA. And then I've had that account for like 5 years, so... chillin'. Is Wangina worth rolling for? I'm torn between her and the banner that comes out after her event. Wangina's really good. But I think she's like the most forgotten about servant that came out this year. And I'll leave you to speculate as to why. I don't care, I'm pulling for Castoria than Ace because I might get both. I got the characters I lead like. You know what, I wish you the best of luck. I think that's just a murderer's row of banners. Like, God forbid you don't have Oberon, then Oberon also becomes mission critical to get. Crazy. Damn, I didn't know you could buy beads with all the history made, but the bead has a... What is bro... What are you talking about? What is my guy talking about? What is he on about? I think he snapped. I think we lost him. Shangyu doesn't have a battery, right? I don't think he has a battery. You know what? Speaking of Ruler Artoria, let's get her out there. You know what? Let's get my guy Ruler Artoria out there. Okay, who can give her a modicum of damage? Who can give her a... You know what, Shuten? You've got a really good... You got a good charisma. Oh, do I get Oberon then? I would say the prio, if you don't have any of the characters going into Anniversary, is you high prio Oberon, which I know people will be like, oh, I don't care, I'm going for my waifus. I'm like, have fun not clearing any nodes, dingus. Get yourself Oberon, otherwise your life is going to be painful, alright? It's just a necessary tax of the game. You just gotta get Oberon. That's just, like, I don't make the rules. I'm not the one that designed the character. That's just the way it is, alright? I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. I don't make the rules. So when you grab that guy, then you go summon for anybody else, right? Then you start grabbing your other dudes. But it's like Oberon will make your life a lot easier. He will make your life much, much easier. Remember the Mothman, we must be quiet so he does not hear and start scheming. I do not... Wait. Huh? Sir, I'm not afraid of no Oberon. I have Melusine on my account. Melusine will just kill him. Again. Go for everything? I mean, yeah, if you can go for everything, that's ideal, but not everybody's made of money. And not everybody's been saving for the last 2 years. Let's boot you out of here. Alright, get out of my my command cards. Get out of my setup. Blonde women, destroy them. No crit, washed. Oberon over Summer Castoria and Ace? Yeah, because Oberon is what is going to enable some of those characters. You can almost view Oberon as like the cherry on top for all of your setups. If that cherry was as large as the cake itself. You can think of it that way. It's like getting a cherry the size of the cake, alright? You want to get that guy. Especially if you want to do anything arts and Buster related, Oberon's very important. Oberon's also important for quick supports, but a lot of quick characters want the triple Scotty setup because they need the additional quick buff from OG caster Scotty, so sometimes you can't fit him in there, blah blah blah. But for the better quick characters, that don't need the triple Scotty setup, then it's good. Oh, we're fighting Draco. We're bringing Tiamat. We're bringing Tiamat. Have I used Merlin yet? I have not used Merlin. Merlin, get ready to eject her balls. Or ovaries, I guess, for Draco. I don't know. Who do I want to bring? Who can give me a modicum of damage? We'll bring Gawain. Gawain has a charisma. And am I going to use Gawain everywhere else? I'm like, you know what? There we go. We'll bring Gawain. Yeah, Zerk, that's why I explained it like that. That's why I said for other characters that are better, they can use Oberon. When does Oberon come back? He is in between Castoria's release and Melusine's release. So he's going to be in the middle. Just drop all the buffs. Just get them all out there. Give me the stars. Give me the charisma. Give me the charisma. Give me the hero creation. What is this one called? Brilliant Escort. You know what? I would escort Tiamat. Tiamat's got big yams. She's huge. Merlin, give her balls. Do you recommend going for Ace? I have 0 Buster support or Castoria. Well, if you don't have any supports, you go for Oberon first, which is what we've been talking about. Maybe I need to make a video called like a priority list. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. This, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like priority list. Prio list video. We just put down Oberon, Ace, Castoria, Zerk, and then let me put Melusine at the bottom with an X by her name. Scotty Ruler also comes back. I guess I'll mention her. She'll get an honorable mention. Alright. Yeah, I'm like, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like a video. This sounds like something I need to make. Make a video on the best oiled up characters. You know, if you become a subscriber to the Patreon, you can have that video made. But for the main channel, hell no. Not our fault if you regret it. He more than doubles every servant's damage. Exactly. Melusine was so low on priority. I mean, she's just an arts looper. And she's not even, like, the best arts looper. You know, like, I think Ibuki's better than Summer Melusine. August is so close. Anniversary's in July, dummy. JP anniversary is usually in August. Our thing, though, is going to be in July. It's in, like, 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks. It's, like, right around the corner. Either we have Typhon, we better get Ares or Zeus. You can keep Zeus. You can keep him. Don't want him. You can keep him. You can keep that bozo. I'm good. Y'all can keep him. I'm good. Keep that guy away from me. Keep that lame nerd away from me. Keep the guy that shit his doo-doo ass as soon as we started beating him up. Like, bro, Zeus is the type of guy, he's like, yes, I am all-powerful. I can't be beaten. And then, like, Romulus smacks him once, and he's like, oh my gosh, no, I'm being defeated. Oh. Like, what a pussy, dude. What a bitch. I'm gonna say it. Zeus is a fraud. Out of all the Lost Belt Kings, he's number 1 on my most fraudulent list. What does he even do? Insert DJ Khaled, what does he even do? The answer? Not much. I'm happy if they make another Mordred this year. I wouldn't hold out my breath for it. Look at these dudes thinking that they could give themselves invincibility. Do they not know the true strength of my Masashi? What are they, stupid? Are they dumb? And give me the NP damage. And nah, we'll just do this. I do want Tam Tam to get some NP in case the next wave has something annoying. I will give a 10 pull to Summer Castorian Ace, though. That's fair enough. I'm talking about pan-human history Zeus. Probably not any different. Probably even more fraudulent. The only thing I hate right now is that my second job account is still new. I couldn't roll a lot for Lilith. Well, that's why they brought her banner right back. They just wheeled that banner right back around. They were like, hey, well, that's not very nice. Chengong, that's not a very nice thing to do to somebody. If only I had a way to protect my party. So is Chengong gonna kill Lu Bu here? Is he gonna kill Lu Bu? That would be kind of funny. I would laugh. Okay, no, never mind. I was like, bro, is Chengong gonna launch Lu Bu at us? And I was like, oh, never mind. Nemo's gonna bonk him on the head. So honestly, he's worse than Lost Build Zeus. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. I believe that if they made a Zeus, he would be an aura farmer of all time. And that's about it. Like, I think he would look really cool. I think he would be really good. But I think he would just kind of be, like, lame. I think he'd just be kind of lame. Lu Bu dies and he dips. Wrong. Nemo killed him. Zeus would be a pseudo-servant or something in his first ascension and just get progressively more mechanical. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care what they do with Zeus, because I probably wouldn't summon for him. I'm just happy I got all my favorites. Alco, Alice, Phantasmoon, Kazura Drop, CL, Summer Erish. Bro is going for every single character that's not an FGO character. He said, I'm only summoning for all the non-FGO people. Imagine playing Nikke and you're just like, I only summon for the collab characters. Is it worth going for it? No. Suzuka Summer's not great. She's actually like the definition of a mid character. It's probably the nicest way to put it. Will Olga Marie be playable? Who knows? No idea. I mean, presumably at some point they want to make money. So, probably sometime. But that time is not today. I wouldn't summon for him, but it's still cool. I think it's lame. I don't even think it's cool. I think it's lame. Terrible cock. Terrible move. We do a little yoinky sploinky. We just apply all of our buffs. We let the all-powerful Huion destroy these people. We call it a day. God, I love Huion. We should get more servants from the future, something like Emiya. I'm actually, this might be a hot take, but I play Fate, and I like the series, because I like seeing the take on the historical characters, or like how they're going to interpret mythologies and stuff. So, I don't really care for the original characters. Like, I don't really care for Emiya, because it's like a made-up dude. So I'm like, I don't really care for Emiya. So I would be fine if they didn't make more people like that. Like, I liked Kiritsugu in Fate Zero, then they made him a heroic spirit. I'm like, it's a cool idea, but I kind of don't care about him. I was like, I would have rather gotten another character, you know? What is everybody's Grand Assassin? What will my Grand Assassin be? Probably Huyan. Probably Huyan. If I was a guessing man, it's probably going to be Huyan for me. Is there anybody that I think could take her place? Let me look at the assassin list. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, it's probably going to be Huyan. Unless, I mean, I would love to do Thrud. Thrud's pretty cute. But nah, he's probably going to be... It's gotta be Huyan. Because if I don't give Huyan the grand thing, she would be sad. She would be like, "Oh man, I wasn't good enough." And I'm like, "No, Huyan, you are good enough." And then I would give my Huyan a hug, and then I would go about my day. I have literally 0 Saint Quartz right now and only free quests from 6 to 7 and Ordeal Call 1. Am I cooked? Probably. You could get really lucky, though. You could get insanely lucky. You could pull all 3 characters on, one single summon. I mean, it is gambling at the end of the day. Odds aren't in your favor, I'll say that. I mean, let's not mince words. The odds are definitely not in your favor, but, like, you could pull them all on one single summon, It's gambling. No love for Kama. I like Kama, but I like Huyan more. Also, I feel like everybody's going to do Kama, so that kind of disincentivizes me from wanting to do that. It's like, oh, you granted Kama? Free thinker much? He wants her to feel loved. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, is I do like Kama. Kama is she's a pretty good character. I do enjoy Kama. But if Kama wasn't going to be everybody's grand assassin, then I probably would do Kama, but unfortunately, I think everybody's going to do that, so I could do Huyan. I like Huyan. Her event was very short, sweet, and simple. I like her. I like, I'm blanking on the story's name, but the story she comes from, I also really like. I really like Yan Qing as well. I think he's a pretty cool character. You know what, let's get Miss Crane in there, why not? Then there's the fact that Angel... I saw Angel Notes and immediately stopped reading that. I'm saving up, but if they make me a playable, my ATM will be crying. Ugh, yeah. I mean, I've already kind of come to grips with the fact that I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll buy like a pack for anniversary, but I hate spending money on mobile games. I'm not a big fan. Not a huge fan of spending money. So we'll see. If it's anything like my first Morgan pulls, though, then maybe I'll be incentivized, because Morgan really came easily to my account. I mean, like, I think we got our NP5 in like 300 Saint Quartz. And that's why I have like the YouTube short where I'm like, well, if this doesn't prove that she's my husband, then I don't know what does. Bargus, on the other hand, that was the detriment for the luck, is that Bargus did not come to the account. NP5 Morgan, NP9 Sith, NP3 Bargus. Do you think NA will get the Bond 15 buff early? Hopefully, but I'm not banking on it. I'm having a harder time with Assassin and Grand because I don't want to do ones I know will be common. Some good choices that probably won't be super common. We people like Kashin Koji, I think is a good one. I think Osaka Behemoth probably won't be common. Cleo will not be very common. I think you'll see a decent bit of MHX just because she is a Saberface. I think Hassan, there will be people that will do Hassan, but I think the overwhelming majority is going to be Kama. And then the male pick is probably going to be Tets. Probably. Since I'm grinding different servants on JP and English, I have to choose 2 assassins, and now I'm like, huh, that class really doesn't have very many characters for me personally. Yeah, I'm kind of glad Assassin is a bit away on JP, because I'm not sure who I'm going to do over there for my Grand Assassin. Because I'm missing a lot of dudes on JP. Like, maybe I'll just end up doing Thrud. I might do Locusta. I do like Locusta. She's funny. So it might be Locusta on JP and then Huion on NA. Maybe something like that. I could kind of mess with that. I could get a little down and dirty with that action. You know, I could mess with that. I can mess around with that. What an arts person I want to bring. Moriarty, my goat. No. You need to get in the proper slot. I need you to be getting that bond, son. Alice, welcome aboard. All I said was angel notes. Skip the comment again. Oh, I guess you can grind on free quests and save the login bonus. Real and true. Hey, look, if you've been following the videos and you've been doing the advanced quests, like I've been telling you, you also got a pretty chunk of change coming from that. There's missions to do. You actually do get a decent chunk of Saint Quartz from this anniversary. The problem, though, is that you gotta earn all of them. You gotta go do stuff for them. Unlike other anniversaries where they're like, oh, just take all the Saint Quartz, just take all the things. For things that you've already been doing. For this anniversary, they're like, nah, you gotta go get to work, buddy. Go get in the mines. So it's like, this sucks. This sucks. Maybe Cleo for my English. It'll go nicely with Grand Aussie. I do like Cleopatra. It makes me sad. I think she's a little underrated. This event was so easy. Finish it in 2 days. I mean, tell me you don't have a life without saying you don't have a life. The Grand Mechanic has made me actually structure my Saint Quartz plans on NA. It is very good as an NA player, knowing that like all these rerun banners are going to happen. Especially seeing people like Lilith rerun after like 16 days, 16, 17 days. Having like the fastest rerun time of all time. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you could be like, alright, well, I can go for Metatron John, and then I get my next paycheck, and then I'll do Lilith right after that, you know? Then I'll do it right after that one. We'll figure it out. Moriarty, deduce this man. Oh, man. We're really just climbing. Did we get another feather yet? Did we get a feather drop? We gotta keep track. If we ever get a feather, that means we can do Maeve, which means we can do another multi on, what's her nuts? Jalter. Oh, mana prisms! Oh my goodness! How many QP the missions give? I wouldn't bank on it. Don't worry about it. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Gran Yanqing. That's pretty cool. You might be one of the few people that have a Grand Yanqing. You get to feel unique. Feathers are the bane of my existence. Preaching to the choir on that one. Let me double check. Did we get any feathers? Oh, I think we did. Heck yeah, we did. Well, lads, you know what that means. It's time to do a little multi for Jalter. I can't wait to get my third Saber Maeve. Or I can't wait to literally get dick fuck nothing. But the things we do for the characters we love. Maeve, stop yapping. I don't love you that much. I mean, you're alright. Did you know, fun fact, that Maeve is Nasu's favorite character? What a gooner, am I right? Then again, this is the same guy that's like, how could I put another giant lady in the next event? Which, you know what? Imagine you have like one of the most successful series of all time, and you're low-key using it for your giantess fetish. That's kind of funny. I almost kind of respect it from Nasu. I'm like, you know what, dude? Fair enough. But you know what? Fair play. As long as you keep putting out good stories, do pop off. Do what you want, dude. Pop off, I guess. Kick your bin for luck. Unfortunately, my bin is full right now, so I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to do all that, you know? I don't really want to do that. I don't really feel like it. Alright. Zim zim zalabim. Oh, I forgot to be doing my daily disappointments. Number 1. Well, that is something. It's a gold cube? Like, that's a thing? I mean, we didn't get nothing, but we might as well have gotten nothing. Not exactly great. You know what I should have done? I should have bought some Fireball. I feel like if you use Fireball as a catalyst for Jolter, it would go really well. I have 300 gold cubes. Congratulations. Maybe my daily disappointment will go weird Jolter, yeah. It's a really weird looking Jolter right there. I mean, if you think about it, it's a dragon with a stick. That's kind of Jolter if you squint. If you squint and you don't think too hard about it, it's kind of Jolter, you know? Fireball reminds me of college. I don't really like Fireball, but here was a weird thing that happened to me. So I was working at a grocery store once. I was working the closing shift, and one of my buddies knows that I really like strawberry milk. So on his way out, he was like, "Hey man, I just went and I bought you a strawberry milk." And I was like, "Awesome, dude. Thank you so much for that." So I'm like, and this is a weird combination. I'm pushing carts out in, the parking lot, making sure everything looks nice. And then one of my other buddies comes in, and he was like, "Hey man, I got some Fireball." I'm like, "Oh, I'm on the job, and I don't really like Fireball like that." And he was like, "Okay." And so what he did is he took the Fireball, he went to my strawberry milk, poured a shot in there. So when I went back, I was like surprised. I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Why is there alcohol in my strawberry milk?" And he was like, "Oh, I did that." And I was like, I kind of like did the little whole like, and I was like, you know what? Not the worst thing I've ever had. Would I order it consistently? Probably not. But is it something, did it like ruin my strawberry milk? Not entirely. So that was a little fun story as we were getting just butt blasted into the ground. So that was fun. Let me double check that I don't have Liz NP5, I guess? I mean, but who doesn't have Liz NP5? Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. Flaming ZTL. I actually got a nickname when I was down in Florida. I think I've told this story a couple of times. But me and my buddy, we went to this Asian bar, and our bartender was this retired Marine. And, I think we started off with like some like normal shots of like sake or something like that. But then he was saying that there was like this warm sake you could get. It's like really hot and you're supposed to like chug it. And so my buddy, he was like, "Oh, he did it." And he was like, "Oh, this is really hot." And I was like, "Well, if you're gonna do it, my mom didn't raise no bitch." And so I was like, "I'll do it." And I downed it and I was like, "Dude, that wasn't hot at all." And so the Marine guy was like, "Your name is now Puma Godzilla," because, breathing fire type thing. And then I proceeded to get really wasted that night. We did sake bombs. That's really fun. If you don't know what that is, you have a glass of like Sapporo beer, which is just Japanese beer, and you put some chopsticks on the top of it, and then you place the shot on top of it, and then you like hit the table that causes the shot to fall into the beer, and then you chug that drink. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty fun. What does sake taste like? Sake's really good. I like sake. I like it a lot because it doesn't... It has like the consistency of water, so it's really easy to drink. And one, it doesn't make my stomach hurt. Two, it comes in a lot of great flavors. So like if you get like an apple sake, it tastes like apple juice. If you get like a grape sake, it'll taste like grape juice. It's really good. I really, really like it a lot. It's also great because it's not super strong, at least in my opinion, it's not super strong. So you can kind of like be vibing with some sake and you're not going to be out of your damn mind. You know, you're not going to go from like, oh, this sake stuff's really nice to then waking up at the top of a building with your pants off being like, how did I get here? You're not going to have a hangover moment. So that's really nice. That's really nice. You know, you don't go out of your damn mind. Actually, do I want to use a different AoE character? ZTL, I have like 3 fireball. Drink responsibly. I had a coconut sake once. It was really good. I really wish I liked coconut, but I think I ruined... Like, I remember my mom brought me to like this... Like, I don't know if it was like a church gathering or get-together, but it was luau, you know, Hawaii inspired. And they had almond joys on each table. And I would walk to them, and I would eat all the almond joys on the tables. And I remember really liking them. But then from that point onward, I just did not like coconut anymore. And I don't know why. And I really wish I did, because coconut is in a lot of things. And now there's like pina coladas that I don't mind. Like, I don't mind a good, solid pina colada. You know, that's always good. But aside from that, there's not really like anything that I really, really like. Japanese beers rule all the beers for me. You can drink anything else. I'm just not a big beer guy. I don't like beer very much. Beer's not very good. In my humble professional opinion. I don't like it very much. I like Ramen. Oh, the soda? Yeah, I get that whenever me and my buddies go to like a ramen spot. This is like a ramen spot that I really like. Be fair, Almond Joy is ass. Well, look, I was a kid. I didn't know he was ass. I don't know it was that bad. I was like, dude, Almond Joy. I think I was just like, dude, chocolate. I love chocolate. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I love it. I wish FGO would make collab servants. Sorry, we put those in Honkai Star Rail, so... take it or leave it? We put those in Honkai Star Rail. ZTL lives in Japan? You know there are ramen places that are not in Japan, right? He was like, wait, the only place you could get ramen is in Japan. You know there are places that serve Asian food in other countries, right? You know that there's not, like, a ban on selling ramen noodles outside of Japan, right? Like, wait a minute. You're telling me I can get a burrito outside of Mexico? Bro, you shattered my worldview. That's my worldview gone. Look at this stupid idiot thinking he could kill my Arthur. I can't really do ice cream with alcohol. It'll make me throw up. I'll be like, I flew up. I feel sicky. Okay, I don't think this team comp's gonna work out. I might have gotten a little cocky on this one. We're gonna go swap out. I think the Arthur, Leonidas, George setup might have been a little cocky. We might have been a little cocksure with that one. Let's do one of these just to make our lives easier. Well, with the Lancer, I don't really think we want to use Kiara. Can I... Hold on. Hold. Pause. Wait a minute. No, Scotty's still recovering. Jarvis, show me the support NPs. My supports are all going down. How does one get themselves more NP? Do a little bit of this action. Wait, has my Herc been used at... You know what? Let's give the Herc enjoyers a little bone. You know, there we go. Herc, get in there, my guy. Get in there, buddy. Herc, get in there. It's just that outside, that I've never heard of ramen places outside of Asia. I know there's some in Korea, but nowhere else. Literally just go on Google Maps, type in, like, ramen spot near me, and you'll probably find one. I could get some ramen in bumfuck Kansas. I really, like, this is kind of out of left field, but I am really wanting to go visit Japan. I'm trying to plan that trip sometime. I also, oddly, really want to go to Italy, but I think that's because my fat ass really loves Italian food. I think that's the only reason I want to go to Italy. It's like, oh, well, I mean, the Roman Empire stuff is really cool. Like, I think that's super dope. But, I think it ultimately is like, dude, I'm trying to get me some pizza. I'm trying to get me some linguine, bro. I'm trying to get me some spaghetti. I'm trying to get me a good stromboli, dude. I could fuck up a good stromboli. You give me a good stromboli, I could fuck that up. I can mess that shit up, dude. Dude, you don't even know, alright? You don't even know, dog. You give me a good stromboli, I'll turn into a fiend. I'll turn into a damn crackhead. I'll mess that shit up. Dude, I fucking love stromboli. The other place I want to go is Sweden, but that's because I've heard the women are like 6'5", and that, for no other reason, appeals to me on some level. I refuse to elaborate. But I'm like, yeah, I should go visit that place. I should go there. Americans assume America on the internet because of ego. What does that even mean? I'm not American, though. So, we gotta kill that guy now, right? Like, we just gotta kill him. He's not American. He's not one of us. So, we just have to kill him. We just gotta take him out back. You gotta go, I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. We only accept Americans out here. Can you imagine if any of these other characters had any refundability at all? Okay, get her out of here so we can start fighting Drake, who's a writer and will make my life easier. But can you answer me, how long is Lost Belt 6? It is long as shit. It is long as fuck, dude. You're gonna be there for a while. It's like 30-something chapters. Now, you can get through it a lot faster if you skip through the yapping. But why would you want to skip through the yapping? The yapping's the best part. A little bit of this action for Herc. A little bit of this so he doesn't get booty blasted. Do a little bit of that for you, and then we can do a little bit of like this for you over here, and then we can do a little bit of this, we can do a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little of that chicanery going on. Kill half the chat then, I ain't American. Look, I have no problem killing you. You brought up Angel Notes twice. I could do that for free. We also assume no women or children, just men and FBI agents in the internet either. Let me double check. Let me see. What is because there used to be a meme on the channel that we had a 4% female audience. Let me see what's going on with that. And then hopefully my character just won't die while I'm not paying attention. We're moving up. We're moving up. 4.4% female is kind of crazy. I mean, to be fair, all my audience are old fogies. 32% 18 to 24, 48 25 to 34, 12% 35 to 44, 1.1% 55 to 64, 12% 35 to 44. And then my top places where I get viewers from, obviously the biggest one is America at 38. But then the Philippines, I have 7.2%. That is not something I would have guessed. Indonesia is 3.9%. Canada is 3.8. Brazil is 3.2. UK is 3.1. Vietnam is 2.4. Like, and then it's like Singapore is like 2%, Germany 2%, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, Italy, India. It's kind of crazy. What is the? Oh, there's Sweden at 0.4%. What is like a funny one? I have 0.1% from Israel, and I have 0.1% from Ukraine. So that means that there is a real chance that while Russia is running through there and they're fighting their battles, one guy on his break said, "You know what? I gotta pop in the ZTL video real quick. I gotta check this shit out real quick. I gotta see what's going. I gotta know if I'm using my Saint chords correctly." That is a real thing that could happen. Real thing. Who's viewing from Vietnam? I mean, it's not like it's North Korea. It's not like that crazy. I mean, they're like real people in Vietnam. It's not like North Korea where it's like it's actually kind of a crazy thing where they got to be like sneaking around. Because look, I'm sorry, I don't know if me and Kim Jong-un would exactly be seeing eye to eye. Then again, maybe Kim Jong-un is a huge Morgan fan. What do we think about that? Do we think Kim Jong-un is a big Morgan guy? What do we think about that? What do we think about Kim Jong-un? We think he's a Morgan enjoyer. We think he's trying to get in that more Gussie. Elder millennial checking in, biased by Toonami. Yeah, I didn't have any Toonami when I was growing up. I was growing out here in these streets with nothing. You know what? You know what? We won't need to pop a command spell. I think Okita over here's got it. Check this out. Boom. Bop. Skadoosh. Boom, bop, ba, bam. Check this out. Tanked. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Alright, just let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. He likes feet too. Is that a real thing from Kim Jong-un? Is he like actually a feet guy? I mean, I believe it. Based on just some of the weird things, yeah, bringing up the North Korea documentaries, I wouldn't doubt it. Bro is a little, he seems like an interesting individual, to be sure. He seems like an interesting guy for sure. If anybody is furry for Koyan, it'd be Putin. What does that mean? Toonami after school? Bro, I had reading books after school. Bro, you would think if I would talk about like my childhood, he'd be like, oh, ZTL's like 40, 50 years old, because he talks about like going to school, like he had to walk up a hill 20 miles forward and back. But it's like, no, I was just broke. We were just broke. He looks like he just huffs dirty shoes all day. Look, North Korean agent that's watching my stream right now, just keep in mind that he said that. I didn't say that. I would never slander our great leader, our glorious God King. Me, I never would do that. I have too much respect. I would never do something like that, okay? That viewer's the one who said that, not me. I would never. To our glorious great leader, I just think the whole thing is abhorrent to say. I just can't believe anybody would say something so mean. I just like really sell it. And then and then we never hear from Caliburn ever again. It's like local YouTube stream watcher Caliburn was assaulted by North Korean agents. What about me? I'm also an agent. Well, you can't be an agent. You're watching on Twitch. Now, if you were watching on Kick, I would believe it. I definitely believe that North Korean agents use Kick. That just sounds right. That just sounds like something they would do. Feels bad. Wait, why do you want to be an agent? Why do you want to be an agent for North Korea? The French Prime Minister married his teacher, so, you know. Based? Am I right? Men that insecure are always into weird as shit. When you have anyone you want, it's the novelty that gets you. You know what? Might be right about that. Might be onto something. You might be cooking. Insert Walter White. Someone cooked here with this chat. Someone was cooking here. You know what, Lartoria? Bunker bust their balls real quick. Blow their balls up. Okay, I was worried that was gonna kill. There's a reason I've been saving and it's not for rent. How long you'll think North Korea is gonna last, by the way? Like how long, like, given a timer, how many years do you think they got left? Like, how long do you think they could keep that shit running? I'm gonna give it, like, 10 years? I feel like 10 years or something. I feel like they don't got that long left. You finish your advanced quest? I'm pretty sure I'm up to date on all my advanced quest. Yeah, I'm up to date. Got them all done. I'm just kind of goated like that. You know, I'm just kind of the greatest to ever do it. I was actually really sad that I wasn't recording my Skahawk run because I did it as a joke. I was like, I'm going to use Skahawk to beat up the Ku Alter quest. And it came down to the last turn, but she got it done. And I was so sad that I wasn't recording it. Because there was quite a bit of RNG in that one. Like, there was good RNG, and I was like, what? We're doing it! So it's kind of sad that I didn't get that one. Kind of makes me sad. You'd be surprised how strong communism is. I give them 8 weeks. Yeah, no, I know they're backed up by bigger countries, but eventually, you gotta be a good businessman and be like, alright, this ship is already going down and we're just plugging holes in it. Let's just let them go down. Is Okita Alter finally worth it when Summer Scotty shows up? I think he's talking about Duelist when she returns around for this summer. Because she does get a... It's like her and Oberon are like the supports that come back. And I think like Okita is fine. Oh no, you mean the summer one? The summer one I really like. I really like Summer Okita Alter. She's so clean with the Lupin, dude. She's so clean with it. Black Grail quick farming. That's how you know she's built different. Thank you, Gilgamesh, for booty blasting those 3 weird bums. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Get those guys out of here. I want to see them. Wow. Lady Avalon is also coming back. Who is my avatar? Morgan from FGO. And I agree. She is quite adorable. I like her a normal amount as well. You can ask anybody that I can be trusted with Morgan. I can be trusted. This is not a lie. I mean, you know I would never lie to you. If anything, I'm the most truthful person on the planet. I can be very, very normal about Morgan, alright? A normal amount only. Yeah, you can trust me on this. I would never lie to you. I'm all about the honesty and truth and the American way. I am not an FBI agent. Wouldn't that be crazy, by the way? Wouldn't that be, like, crazy? What if I came out as, like, I was, like, an FBI agent the entire time, and the ZTL channel was just, like, a large, ongoing psyop that I was running? That would be bonkers. That would be crazy. That shit would be nuts. That'd be nuts, dude. We're like, dang. In the corner at his body pillow. I actually don't have the body pillow right now. I have the cover and I have the pillow, but because I now have people that I'm living with, I was like, let me just take the cover off of this. I don't feel like explaining this. I don't feel like explaining that I had a whole advertisement deal. You can almost say he's a pretender. Perhaps. One could say that. But would they say that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Quick hide the waifus? The FBI if they were based... Yeah, the FBI if they weren't trying to cover things up and... Well, I think there was like a new Wendigoon video where it's talking about if Call of Duty was a psyop, and I'm like, you know what? I never thought about that until now, but I would totally believe it. Look, you get people to think war is like super dope, and then they get in there. The ZTL channel is propaganda. I never said it wasn't. I wish FGO would work more with the content creators. That would be really funny. Imagine you get a ZTL CE in this game. What would a ZTL CE do? Any chance I could lend you my account for you to play this event for me? I just hate tower events. How much you offering? I ain't doing that shit for free. I could do it. How much you offering? How much dough you putting forth? Guap you got? Speaking of pretenders, I still can't believe Blue Eye's Ultimate Dragon is Typhon. No. That is... I forgot her name for half a second. That's Durio, alright? Alright, this is Blue Eye's White Dragon. Don't take that away from her, or I will shoot you with a potato gun if you try to take that from her again, alright? I take this seriously, alright? This Dobrania is serious shit. You gotta be ready to live and die by it. Fuck it. Kiyohime. Fuck it. Arash. Extra attacks to 6 hits. Well, unfortunately, they can't update hits in this game. Because they said they wanted to go back and buff some older characters and like make their hits better. People like Ushi Wakamaru. But that was like 6 years ago. Remember for like a year or two, you were asked what does ETL stand for, and like you said, I'll never tell. Sus behavior. I'm a little sussy guy. I'm a little suspect dude. I got my secrets. I got my stuff. I gotta make sure you guys are always guessing. I gotta make sure that you're always like, who is this guy? Like, who is he? And 7 guts? Make it 15 guts. 1 guts for each ball I have. DTL will silence you and deport you to Mexico. I do have the Walter White art, actually. Hold on. For people that haven't seen this, I got this commissioned when I was watching Breaking Bad. It's in this folder? Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit, dude, that's way too big. I forget this artwork is Gigantanosaurus. Is there a way to like, can I make it like ultra small? Instead of having to like slowly shrink it down? No? Alright. Thanks, OBS. We're getting there. Yeah, when they sent this to me, I was like, dude, this is a really large artwork. I can't really use this for nothing. And they were like, yeah, I just be drawn for real. I was like, yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, look. It's Walter White. It's me. It's me, dude. I think it's kind of nice. I think it's kind of clean. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the forehead and like the white band. I don't really know what that's all about. Oh, but I did well, I don't want to shrink the other one down. But there is I told him to add something, which is a little touch. But so in the updated artwork, they put a little Saint quartz in the right hand over there. I think it's kind of clean. I think it's kind of clean. Oh, I just got rid of the Morgan PNG thing. Oh, lordy. Now I gotta set this up again. Okay. Fuck, man. Okay, where was this? I think it's reactive. I gotta log in with Discord. Gotta authorize it again. Yeah, like, yeah. We're getting there. It's been such a long time since I've had to do this, and I'm like, bro, how do I do this again? And I'm like, okay, no, I'm remembering. Like, the memories are coming back. Excuse me. Why can't I can't I put it on OBS again? Why destroyed my VTuber thing? Hold on. Where's my... There it is. There's browser. List that as PNG again. Do a little bit of that. Do a little bit of this. Yeah, there we go. We're back in action. I can also change it as well. Right? Can I change it? I think so. I don't remember how. Dude, no way, Kiyohime's alive! She lived! You know, Kiyo, you're probably gonna die this next turn, so I'm gonna let you get in there. Boop, bop, beat. As much ZTL emphasizes the extra hit and attack, a CE raising it to 6 no matter how many hits you started with would be perfect. It would be entertaining. But hey, at least we have the peak append 3 or append 1 that does give you a little bit of a bonus, you know. I offer a bucket of fried chicken and a 3-liter bottle of whatever soda you like the most, a bag of Doritos and chips too. Unironically, I would probably do that. If you're like, can you farm this tower event for me? I'll buy you a bucket of fried chicken. I'm like, dude, I love fried chicken. I would probably do that. I would take you up on that offer. Be like, friends are like, we're going out today? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm buying this fried chicken so I can farm this event. I could probably just put it on my laptop and then start, you know, hitting that fat grind. I want an extra attack that hits 2 times but is AoE. So you just want Olga Marie in the game is what that sounds like. So you just want Olga Marie. So you just want summonable Olga Marie. Alright. hell is this? Oh, that's a V. It's like one of my friends DM'd me something. I was like, what is that? Is that a VTuber? Olga Marie's the anniversary character? I wouldn't doubt it. How annoying would this be? You know those quests that you have to do? You know, fighting the Earth, Water, and Fire Olga Marie? What if that was the Ascension material? So you just couldn't ascend your Olga Marie if you couldn't beat those quests. That would be hilarious. Do you think you'd be all attack? Oh yeah, if I had an attack, like my CE would definitely be an attack CE. DTL, you have max pods. Fuck. Look, I'm aware. I'm gonna go farm because it's half off right now. He's half price. Get petrified, stupid bitch. I don't mean that, Vitra. I actually like you. You're fine. How fast can you type? Not very fast. Admittedly, not very fast. That would be disgusting. Type Moon is definitely going to lock the Ascensions. I would laugh. I would laugh because I still haven't done the water one. I'm so lazy on it. Like, it's still sitting on my Bleached Earth map. I was like, nah, I don't really feel like doing it. My guy, where are your summer funds? Mods, kill that guy. Jarvis, send the assassins. Jarvis, send a hit out on that guy. Have you thought about making your own servant, like what it would look like? Oh yeah, I have worked on that. Yeah, that is something, like I'm wondering like when I want to put it out. Like I'm maybe gonna do it for like a 50k type thing, because I do know that there are people that can make the sprites look really good as well. So I have an idea for it. I do the other two skills I haven't fully named, but the first skill is Phantasmal Racism Fae. Because I hate the Fae, dude. Because I absolutely hate them. And I think it's a pretty fitting skill name. My guy asking if ZTL is saved is like asking if there's more than one saber face. Yes? I think he worded that wrong. We had to use Olga to fight Grand Servants, and now Grand Servants are in the game. But those didn't have the special icon. Gotta understand, they weren't special. Another CE? I don't know we got more of these. So you're telling me I can really min-max at this point. Husbando or beach skin female for ZTL? I mean, it's gonna be a dude. But you know what? We might be able to make a gender bend thing work. What do we think? Fellas, do you want the guy, you want some balls? Or should I turn into a hot wifey? What do y'all think? Does Cypher look somewhat similar to Pepe from Arknights? They do look kind of similar. Which is probably why I'm going to summon for Cypher. If I have enough tickets. Obviously, the priority is trying to stay in that 20,000 plus range for Artoria when she drops. But if I have like spare tickets or whatever, then you know, I'll throw them at Cypher. Cypher, she's cute. You know, she's nice. She's a little cutie pie. You know. I will say I got recently butt blasted on the Cartethia banner on Wuthering Waves, And then, you know, I was a little sad, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll go play the new story. And I have immediately swapped my summon target over to Lupa. And anybody that's played Wuthering Waves and they've read a little bit of the story would be like, ah, yeah, Lupa's definitely, that's a ZTL character right there. Is Dobrania just the OG guy's wife? I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. It's like supposed to be like she's in his place or something. Bro, both? I mean, I could just make 2 of them. I wouldn't mind doing that. Hates the Fae, but Morgan is the queen of the Fae. Alright, but look, those are the good ones. Well, like I said, when Lost Belt 6 originally dropped, they killed my husband, my dog, my stepdaughter, and my chicken. What kind of man kills another dude's chicken? Like, that's just malicious. That's just cruel and unusual. So I hate the Fae. What kind of dumb fuck bastard goes and kills a man's chicken? Makes me mad. Got a bunch of your wife's friends. Yeah, but I don't know those guys, so... I don't know those guys. Because you have a male voice for all of your content. I like the implication is that I have a male voice. Not that I am a guy, right? So the implication is I could be a woman this entire time, masquerading as a dude. That is that's a fucking funny as fuck implication. That's hilarious. I just want Zani back in Wuwa. Thankfully, I got Zani and her weapon. Thankfully, I'm chilling on it. And I got Carlotta, who I've really been enjoying. I'm really glad I ended up summoning for her. I'm really happy about that one. Didn't get her weapon, but I have like the 3rd best option for her, so she still outputs pretty well. So I can roll for her because you told me to play the game. I really enjoy it. It's just fun to play. It's better Genshin, you know, like, because Genshin is one of those games that I'll tell people, I'm like, it's fun to, like, run around in and, like, do little quests here and there, but it's just, like, it gets really monotonous really quickly, and so, the fact that this game just has, like, better combat, it's actually fun to explore around, I really like it. I have quite a baller time playing it. Have you tried Zenless Zone Zero? I did, but then I was a little stupid. I got really fed up with Star Rail, so I deleted my Hoyo account a while back, like a year or 2 ago. And I forgot that was tied to my Zenless Zone Zero account. So I no longer have a Zenless Zone Zero. I no longer have an account on that one. I'm a little sad. I think Caesar's coming back, so maybe I'll play it. But the problem is that, like, Triple Z is a little monotonous to grind. What game were you talking about? Put me on the Genshin-like one? Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is pretty good. It's also, it's very fun to play. You could skip the story if you don't care about things. So, like, if, like, say you're not, like, vibing with the initial story, even though I think the initial story is pretty good, if you're not vibing with it, you can just skip through it, you know? I mean, like, there's certain companion quests where I'm just like, I don't care about this person, so, like, I'm just gonna skip through it. I'm just out of here. I'm out. I'm gonna skeet delete my way out of here, dude. But it's, like, pretty nice. Debating if I wanted to bring a single target. We'll be fine. Virgil and Encore kind of carry me right now. I actually have a mod for called Charo that makes him Sephiroth. It's pretty dope. Heard a lot of good things about Wuthering Waves. I think it's a lot of fun. It's I'm really glad that I made a friend like 8 months ago, and he put me onto it. He's like, oh yeah, I really like playing this. And then I was like, you know what? I guess I will pick up my account again. And So glad I did. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. The long-haired, green-haired, speared guy. Oh, you mean, dude, I get, like, his name's not... He's not Jion. Or is he? Because Jinyuan is the Star Rail guy. I know who you're talking about. I just like him. I think he's cool. So I read his story. I think he's a cool dude. But understandable. I would love a new game plus mode for FGO. I think it'd be fun. Plus, it gives you something to do. Because one of the things is I love playing through the story, like reading it as I'm doing the boss battles and stuff. So when they say, oh, that boss was really hard, you feel it. You're like, yeah, that guy was hard. Jion? Okay, yeah, his name is Jion. Okay. I was like trying to make sure that I got that right. Morgan is an enabler? What does that mean? This disgusting slander against my wife cannot be allowed to keep existing. Morgan only gives you QP. I want to go through Camelot with Morgan. Bro, you're preaching to the choir on that one. I'm so looking forward to the summer event, dude. Anytime Morgan's on screen, you can guarantee that I'm going to be flubing, I'm going to be shitting, I'm going to be coming, I'm going to be losing my damn mind. We're going to be shitting. We're going to be coming. We're going to be busting. That I can guarantee. You can kind of forget the story from chapter you literally did 3 years ago. Nah, you just got short-term memory loss, my guy. I don't forget shit. They call me the Rememberer because I be remembering things. I'm in fact on the shitter right now in anticipation. Bro said, I'm dropping a log right now. TMI. That same guy that got me into Withering Waves again is trying to tell me to play Stellar Blade. But I'm not going to play Mid Blade. I refuse. Name the Beast Man in Lost But 1 that was your ally? Poxy? Bro really just got flubed on that one. Bro thinks I'm going to forget about the guy that taught me the importance of slaughtering the other worlds. Poxy's important. Poxy's the guy that tells us, he's like, Ritsuka, you gotta go through and slaughter these other worlds. And he's like, it's a battle of survival. It's you versus everybody else. You gotta be willing to destroy these worlds. Ritsuko is like, damn, for real? For real, for real? On God? What sets FGO above games like ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, Genshin, etc. for you? It's just the story. It's just the story and the characters. If FGO's story was not as good as it is, and it's not as enjoyable, and I wasn't invested in it, I probably would be playing stuff like Star Rail or something. Or Arc Knights. Like, I really like Arc Knights as well. The mods for Stellar Blade look cool. Fuck Stellar Blade. I remember Yo was trying to get me to play that as soon as it was coming out. And I was like, bro, this game looks like ass. This game looks like a hentai game, dude. Salieri still carries Lost Belt 1. The guy that was there for like 2 seconds? Alright, bro, whatever you say. Because they stole his retirement. Ritsuka's like, finally. Not only did I finish the singularities, but I had the bonus quest as well. And I finished all of those as well. And then Wotamine comes in and he's like, well, what if you had to do part 2? looking at Stellar Blade like right now. Mid Blade. Look at this shit. Ass. Garbage. Never catch me playing this shit. Hentai Dark Souls? That's what it looks like. And if I wanted to do that, I would just play Code Vein. I would just be playing Code Vein. Which I do enjoy. But what, I think I got to like, what was it, like a moth or like a spider boss early on, and I got the piss beaten out of me. And I was like, well, I'll come back and do this later. Spoiler alert, later never came. Later never arrived. It looks like a hentai game, that's what I'm saying. Dog, that's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. And also, Stellar Blade, it just like looks like Coomerbait, the game. Because I remember people were like, dude, isn't there like tiggly jigglies in the game? And I'm like, bro, you're not going to get me to play a game just for tiggly jigglies. You got to have more than that. I need some substance, alright? I need some schmuckta in this, you know? You got to have some real shit going on. I want to care about the characters. The first time was so nice, you gotta do it twice. Second journey, 35% more trauma this time. And Rizko was like, yay, more trauma. He's like, yippee, my favorite. Nice thumbnail. Gotta give props to the boy, the GOAT, HXD. Although, now I'm a hater for him because now he's doing Lilith art. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Go back to doing Morgan. Fuck Lilith. Alright? Go back to doing Peak. But then again, his back might be hurting from carrying the entire Nightingale fandom. Voldemort did it 7 times. And he still died. What a bozo, am I right? What a nerd, what a loser! Code Vein 2 was announced. I'll probably buy it even though I haven't finished Code Vein 1. Dude, I just love it so much because the character creation is so crazy. They're like, you can make any crazy fucking anime character you want. An epic adventure awaits where you and your chosen partners explore a vast world, face fierce battles against powerful enemies, and uncover an epic story that transcends time. Add to your wish list? Mm-hmm. What do you think is up with Romani? Look, that ain't Romani, that's Goetia. I don't care what you try to tell me. I don't care what you try to tell me, dude. That's Goetia. That's not your homie. That's not your home slice, alright? That's gay Oatia, alright? That ain't our boy. That's a meat puppet. If Morgan is daddy, ZTL is wife, I would definitely be a good housewife for Morgan. I would just be so happy that I have bagged a supremely attractive, intelligent, badass husband that I wouldn't care. Seven years playing FGO and I still want to summer a Rosh 5-star or a damn good skin. It would be a skin. They don't do male summer characters. They just give us skins. Nito Chris, insta-kill these guys. Oh, I got my Pretender thing backwards. I thought this was weak to Pretenders, and then I saw the writer, and I was like, ooh. Geisha? But Geisha is funny. I only play games with hot women. So that's why you play FGO. Really makes you think. Really gets the noggin working, doesn't it? Her name is Y Strip. Bradamante, that's a good question. But I think you should straight. A summer Bradamante could go pretty hard. She's blonde. She's cute. She's got big titties and a fat ass. Michael, I've been begging and crying for FGO to put out more skins. Because even if I wouldn't buy all of them, I would just think they would go hard. Look, Chi Shi Huang is genderless. Who knows what that guy is? He's a they, them. We pray for Artoria in a suit. That would go hard. That would go hard. Surprised they didn't give us that with the Fate Zero event. Because we have the, not the sprite, but we have the story sprite for it. It's that month. Alright, fellas. In honor of Pride Month, what dude in FGO are you gonna let yours get sucked off by? Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted for Pride Month? Fellas, who you gonna let give you the Gluck Gluck 9000? Astolfo? I feel like that's kind of cheating, but it does pass. It does pass. Where are my casters? Yep, Wu, get in there. Lan Ling. That is the way to cheat, right? It's just like, okay, let me just choose all the most effeminate dudes we have in the game. Could you cheat and say Artoria because she carries herself as a guy? Or like Mordred? Because Mordred uses male pronouns? Comet Saws, that... You know what? That might be the most interesting answer I think we're going to get. I think that's probably the most interesting answer we're going to ever possibly get. Astolfo just because I wouldn't feel guilty? Okay, let's not cheat Sigurd. So what is drawing you to Sigurd? Or Canis? Can I do the gawking instead? If you know what? If you want to do that, you can. Yeah, you can. You're allowed to give the sloppy toppy instead. Head from Kaiba would go crazy. Okay, but here's the thing. I don't think Canis would ever suck your dick. I think Canis would make you suck her dick. Which one is your male? Who do I think is a pretty lad? Let me ponder this for a second. Let me do a little thinking. You do have like a non-zero amount of options. Like you got choices. You got options. I had a visceral, like, intrusive thought where I was going to say Oberon because of what he did in Lost Belt 6. And I was like, this is for Morgan. You know the scene where Trunks goes, "This is for Gohan." That would be me. This is for Morgan. Is that heat? Is that a cook? Does that get approved by the council? I might lock that one in. I might cheat and lock that one in. What do we think? Doman is an elite pick. Someone gotta get that dude offline. You gotta get that dude offline. Artura on the night she conceived Mordred? That's cheating. Can't you cheat and say Nobunaga since she's technically all of them? Canis has some boobies and a lower body fat percentage. Look, all I'm saying is if they came out and told me that fucking Canis has a big ol' schlongy cock, I wouldn't doubt it. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing Type Moon has ever done. Fuck it, bro. Canis looks like an hang inside. This is the worst question I've ever asked. Sometimes I'm like, I let my intrusive thoughts win, and I'll just say some shit, and then I'll be like, I immediately regret this question. I was like, why did I ask this question? The panel has reviewed the Oberon pick, and we approve. Thank you, Councils of Masculinity. I thank you for giving me the approval on this one. I will wear the Trunks cosplay while I do it, just for validity's sake. Just to make sure it always is passing the vibe check. You know, gotta make sure we're always doing that. Gotta make sure we're always passing the vibe check. But they haven't, so technically... Enkidu's a viable option. There's some fan art out there for Enkidu. And that's what I'm gonna leave that as. They call him the drink. Ooh, that would be a really good commission. ZTL the drink. It's not gay if it's clay, exactly. But honestly, I feel like you get a pass during Pride Month. I feel like you can do whatever you want. Like, you don't gotta wear socks no more. You don't gotta yell no homo right before you get into it. I feel like you get a pass. Third Ascension waiver? I never got that. I never got that one. But then again, I didn't know that people were like bussifying Sieg and Karna until we got Summer Karna, and then one of my more flamboyant friends was like, ooh, he looks kind of like a little snacky snack, and then he told me that they had been bussifying Karna for years, and it shattered my worldview. I was like, what? No. No. What? They did what to my boy Karna? They've been bussifying Karna for years. And it makes me sad. Because I'm like, no, that's not my supremely OP warrior guy. Like, you can't do this to him. No, 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 don't bussify my boy. But it was already too late. They've already done it. Bussified? Yep. It's a real term. A real term. Look it up. I don't actually know if it's a real term. I've just been using that term for a while. Take Arjuna instead. Leave Karna alone. Unfortunately, they're not big fans of Arjuna. Which, understandable. Arjuna's just like kind of a dude. Arjuna just kind of like exists for real. Take Durian. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow your roll. Don't talk about my glorious king Durian Donna like that. Don't talk about my king like that. This turned into a what's your kink meme. I'm just revealing information that I have found on my time, you know, as a peruser of the internet. And I'm just trying to make sure people are keeping themselves safe out there, you know? Gotta make sure they're being responsible. Gotta make sure they know what's up. Need me a Bima? I'm just gonna let you have that one. I'm not... We're gonna leave that one as is. We're gonna let bro have that one for himself. We're gonna let him jab that one. Who do we snipe here? Oh, that's... I was like, who's the third person? This lady's so big. Let's just kill Dino Mommy. Like, let's just take her out bad, man. Actually, we really should have done an arch chain there. But I'm dumb as hell, so we didn't do that. You don't have the facilities to handle Bima, big man. That is the equivalency of being like, little bro, you can't handle that, dude. You don't believe in him? You don't think he's got it? Don't think he's got it like that? You know what, bro? If you want to get your rectum split in half like the Red Sea by Bima, I'm going to say I believe in you to get the job done. Arjuna hitting me with a Buster NP is a fucking crazy-ass statement. That, as the kids would say, might be a little out of pocket. Might be a little out of left field. Wait, so does that mean that Astolfo's quick? So if Astolfo's the one giving you the gluck gluck, but he's a quick servant, does that mean you're gonna bust fast? What does that mean? How do we interpret that from like a lore perspective? What does that mean? Fellas, what do we think that means? Look, why is YouTube chat this unhinged? Look, they just let anybody into the YouTube chat. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Look, if Twitch is like the high school of ZTL, YouTube is definitely the middle school. You definitely got some unhinged stuff going on there. Like, the Twitch chatters, they're playing stuff like, they play like Skyrim and like God of War, you know? They play, you know, Dark Souls 1. The YouTube chat are like guys, they play like Halo Reach. They play like Modern Warfare 2, you know? That is to say, they're demons. They're demonic. 1,000 Astolfos versus a gorilla? I think the Astolfo's got it. He's got a sword. Do you... I don't know if I'm going to answer that question, Mephisto. I feel like if you really want the answer to that question, there are dojins you could go read. And I'm going to let you go do that research. Currently playing Fallout 4. I thought Fallout 4 was the best Fallout game when it was the only one I played. Then I played New Vegas, and I was like, I get it now. Because when Fallout 4 came out, I really enjoyed it because it was a lot of fun to play. But my buddy was like, it's just not as good as New Vegas. I just don't like it. And then only recently, like a couple of years ago, I played New Vegas, and I was like, dog, I get it. I get it now. I understand. This shit is peak fiction. You know, I ended up betraying everybody, and then I was the leader of the Mojave Desert. And then I found out I could join the NCR, and I could do my service. You know, I could be like, thank you for your service. And I decided to join the army, join the NCR. Although, I always think about what could have been. I should have joined the Caesar's Legion. Could have been cool. Could have been a fun time. We tried Far Cry 5. I haven't played a single Far Cry game. The fine line of staying stupid shit, having a good time, and being a weird person. And that's what streaming is all about. There is a very thin line. I just don't have a filter. I just kind of say whatever comes to mind. If somebody says something, I'll look at it, I'll read it, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that shit. Speaking of shit that I'll say, lads, unfortunately, it is the time for us to take a little bit of a break from one another. I know it's sad. You want the party to go on forever. You want to be talking about nutting, sucking, and fucking all day. But unfortunately, I got stuff that I gotta go do. I think I am gonna make the prio list video tomorrow, because that is something that seems to be on a lot of people's mind. Don't blue ball us on the last shot. That's why I'm stopping right here. You'll just have to see if I can finish shot number 50. I mean, can I do it? Am I a fraud? Am I strong enough? I don't even have command spells anymore. I don't know, man. But what I do know is that you'll at least see me tomorrow. Same ZTL time, same ZTL channel, you know. Video tomorrow. That guy just pulled Cartethia. Big fat dubs in chat. WW. Love to see that for him. And yeah, I think I'm gonna skedaddle, skedoodle, turn your